Did you know that during World War II, pilots would carry maps made out of silk? Back then, it was common for pilots to have silk maps sewn into their uniforms. But why silk? Well, it turns out that silk has a few properties that make it ideal for a map. For one, it's much stronger than paper. It doesn't tear as easily, and it's less likely to make noise when being handled, which is important when trying to navigate somewhere without alerting the enemy to your position. Not to mention that silk can be folded and unfolded many times without getting damaged. Paper, on the other hand, would simply fall apart after a few uses. In addition, silk was relatively cheap and easy to obtain during the war. Since silk production had been a major industry in the United States prior to the war, there were plenty of materials available for use. The government simply set up a system to have maps printed on silk and distributed them to the armed forces. But perhaps the most important reason for using silk maps is because they could easily be hidden on a pilot's body. In the event that a plane was shot down over enemy territory, the pilot would have a much easier time escaping if they had a silk map sewn into their clothes rather than a large, heavy canvas map. That way, they could simply fold it up and hide it under their uniform. There are many accounts of American pilots who used silk maps to successfully escape from behind enemy lines. One such account comes from a pilot who was shot down over Germany. After bailing out of his plane, he managed to evade German soldiers for several days using a silk map to help him navigate through enemy territory. Eventually he was captured, but he credits the silk map with helping him stay alive for as long as he did. So next time you see a World War II movie, pay close attention to the maps used by the pilots. Chances are they're not made out of paper. Now, if you want to learn more about some of the lesser-known aspects of World War II, stay tuned for more information.